Hello Blender folks, welcome and welcome back. I'm Pxy-CLASS and here we go for the continuation of this building, right? So this time I need to complete the conversion of the bendy bone splines to linear blend skinning instead of spline skinning method, which uses the bendy bones only as a mechanism system. So to start with, I'm not gonna move this the other side because they're gonna be symmetrized. So first, I'm okay with these 3 segments here, so we're going to change here, and usually more is better, but then the more we have, more work to do here. So this is a simplified version. I think I would personally prefer like maybe 4 or 5, right? So this is just for simplification on the building here, but it works. This was already working for good deforms, so that's just good enough, right? So this one you can see, and I'm gonna reduce this in the end. So first start building this, and then I'm gonna change this to just 3, and that means changing the bone constraints, the bones themselves, and the wave painting, right? A small adjustment, but yeah, a bit of time consuming, so I leave it this a detail. So okay, segments taken off. Now I'm also getting screencast here, and hold on, let me see something in the okay. It's interesting to show this process on different videos because it's not very simple. So add a bone here. Actually, let's rename this bone as this, so that will be like B-bone fake segment. Hard to understand here, but fake segment eyelid 1 because it's the first spline, that is the second spline, but for the bottom, right? So and 001 because, and left side of course, and 001 because it's the first. So here the alignment of these bones, well, it seems to be aligned, but this is not. Maybe I could get, why not? Let's align this with okay, at least to start with. So I'll get something approximated here because this will be automated later. Then extrude. Okay, you see the z-axis pointing forward, that's what we want. And then it doesn't really matter, I don't need to match this right now because I cannot select this location so far as I know for the bendy bones. So alright, then this segment, however, this fake segment though, I can from the tail snap to this position exactly there. So that's good. So right now they are parented connected, so let's clear all the parents here for all these 3 bones. Let's see the name. Yes, here, it's all good. Then I believe they don't, since it's not a duplication, they don't have any bone constraints. So currently this is a deformed bone. These 3 are deformed bones, while this is a non-deformed bone, which for this setup is correct. So although I haven't wave painted these ones, I think for the bottom eyelid, so region, right? Because it's not a different mesh object, it's just a continuation. So we have to, in this rig, we still separate top and bottom eyelid, but not rudely, right? It's just a wave painting separation, and of course armature stuff. And by the way, the bottom and the top eyelids bones are they are completely independent of each other, except for the wave painting, and except that their parent is currently at least is the head bone. All right, so at least for the bones that are parented to something higher on a hierarchy, like these twig bones, they go to the head bone, while these how to say this what's the name of this, the handle bones, they are connected to they are parented offset to the twig bones, which is the actually controllers that we pose, right? We don't pose, we don't need the twig bones, but they tend to make things more organized, because then they have a more correct orientation, right? All right, so now that I have here, they have no bone constraints, so we're gonna fix that. But since we're doing this, let's also do the same here. I'm going to duplicate this, then for this I'm gonna snap it there. I'm gonna align with the bendy bone, and then try to find, except now we're gonna change the name, so this will be eyelid 2 and 001. So this is the second spline, so we're gonna just extrude here and then here, and then the tail of the last one we are going to snap at that bone joint, bones head joint. And yeah, we don't need to approximate that too much, because this will be automated by and they are parented. So let's delete this. We see that their z-axis is all pointing forward, so that's correct, that's good. Anyways, also their row, I think, will be adapted, so we need to use similar bone constraints as this. So what I can do here, I just change the targets. Yes, let's make a full copy here. This is an add-on, inbuilt add-on, copy attributes. So copy selected constraints, yes, everything except that now this bone is here, but we need to change all these targets. Yeah, this is a bit annoying, but stretch to, yes, so this will be to this one, although this is not being, yeah, maybe this is a bit too time consuming, just for the first one, right? We do this way. So I'm changing this, and yeah, this will have to reset as well. Yeah, so not very good here. Here we same target, this is a tail. Then here the shrink wrap, yeah, is the left. This rests unchanged, and the copy transforms would be this one, the bendy bone. And here, because it's the same starting there, I mean it's the 0 divided by 0, so it's 0 on this follow B bone. So it's that, or exactly the beginning position. So we see that it's not still working, because we need to do similar things here. Now that I have this set up, what I can do is if I took this bone here, maybe it has a better copy transforms. So I take this for the second, because here we also have 3 fake segments. So I pick this. Yeah, okay, so let's recreate from scratch, whatever. So first here, copy transforms, it will be also more didactic. Yes, and then here 1 divided by 3 because there are 3 segments. This will give that value, which is the same here. So the b-bone segment, the b-bone, but doesn't matter how many segments it has. This is positioning on the whole bone. It's not segmented. This doesn't recognize segments, but it matches segments if we have a division by the number of segments it has, right? So that's why it works as a perfect positioning. So here I think that here we have, this is not, something is okay. Let's do this, let's reset this, but it's usually, yeah, there's something weird here. Okay, we still need yeah, so dumped track, we're gonna get here a dumped track. Where it is, dumped track, and also get a stretch to, and also get a shrink wrap. Okay, the shrink wraps we can get, yeah, we can get all the shrink wraps already. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This all already has a shrink wrap, right? So we don't need this one. So it is this one that will just copy the selected, but just the shrink wrap. Okay. So the shrink wrap bone constraint, we need to put it before, after the copy transforms, but before the bone constraints which affect, which move the tail, which is the dumped track or the stretch to. So we disable the stretch to, which is an option. So here for the copy transforms on the B bone, that will be, yes, after the shrink wrap bone constraint, so that will be a 2 divided by 3, and of course on follow B bone, and then it should have a dumped track towards the handle, the end handle bone. So dump track, and also a stretch to, right? So, and then here, yeah, stretch to is, yeah, no, this is not for dumped track. This is okay, this is okay, and this is, yeah, I need to disable that. Let's reset this, nothing happens. So yeah, let's, so something is apparently is not going well here. I think, yes, of course, to make the setup first, we need, what I want is to have to match, I want to match the rest position according to the pose position, and for that I need the fake segments to be completely aligned with their respective bendy bone, and for so these 3 in relation to this bendy bone with its segments, and these 3 with these bendy bones with its 3 segments. And for that, the bone constraints which actually ruin this thing is the shrink wrap, because the shrink wrap is related to the eye. So this is a later step. So right now, yes, this don't have any active bone constraint. So here is where I'm struggling a little. and I don't know why. So okay, this is correct, will collapse. This is correct. Is there follow B bone on? Just making sure. Yes. 0 0.333 and 0. Yeah, that's it. 0.667 and so on. Then all right, the shrink wrap, oh, this comes before, but it's disabled anyway, so we don't care. This we also can collapse manually for now. The shrink wrap bone constraints we are unchanged, they are equal on everything here. It can be, we can make some changes here. So now I'm not sure why this bone is not matching that. Let's try, instead of the dumped track, something stronger. And no, it is failing. It is not stretching. It will go on the head, yes, on the head of this one. So why it is nothing? Would that? It's unclear for me why this is not actually working. Reset? No. Is the, oh, the target is wrong, of course. Is that the case? No. Targets are right. It is stretching, but it's not stretching to the head. So something is weird about this one. And if that's the case, I'm just unable to match what I need. So let's try. Yeah, let's try connecting here. Let's see if that does anything. So dumped track will just align. And stretch 2. It's the first time I had this particular issue. It was perfect on the others, so maybe I'm missing something. Copy transforms, replace head. Why the shrink wrap? Yeah, goes after. We don't even have the alternative stretch 2. Yeah, so I didn't have I didn't have to create it. Yeah, I'll have to recheck all the targets here. So except for the eye surface, that's fine. So here, this, and this, and for this one, yeah, snap. Let's start from here. Maybe we find that it works. So okay, here we have this approximation, and that is okay. So this we go to copy transforms, replace world 0 and like that. Okay, did I create some accidental? No, this is correct. Okay, and then this one, same thing, copy transforms, but to the 1 divided by 6 and follow b-bone. Oh, I see. Hold on. No. There's still. No, it makes. Yeah, there's 3 segments here. There's 3 segments here. No. So this is not the case. Am I doing something? 1 divided by 3. Oh yeah, 1 divided by 3, of course. 1 divided by 3. 2 divided by 3. Okay, so here we see that this is matching, or the, yeah, it's reset. It might be that we have to reset some. Oh yes, that's it. Okay, folks, I sorry, I forgot. This is the critical thing. So I said that in last video that I would do this in a simplified way, so I don't need to. I'll just disable all the bone constraints, but only for the lower part, which is being a. Okay, now it should work. So I need to, in order to make this establishment here, I need to indeed disable bone constraints for everything that is could affect this pose position for these bones. The only things that I really want to be active is the bendy bone spline. So no shrink wrap into the eye surface, as I have here, that controls here. Yeah, and this is a dumped track that is an automation system, like we don't right? You see it slightly rotates. We don't want any of these. Unfortunately, in this simplified rig, nothing. The head doesn't affect anything directly, so the pose position for the head it's stable. So I just need to disable the bone constraint here, and then I can work from here. So if I were to, yeah, to get this bone here, instead of getting this dumped track, let's use this stretch tool, and yet still I'm having trouble. So let's try something else. They are matching, right? Then this is still on that position, and this let's try stretch 2. Nope. Swing, whatever. No, nothing here is relevant. Maybe this shouldn't be connected after all. Are there any other bone constraint that okay, this also is incorrect. And stretch 2 also not helping. Well, now it made some difference, but it's still incorrect, so let's try to redo this. Alright, so dumped track for this one, or actually stretch 2. This seems to be correct. Then stretch 2. That's, maybe it was an illusion. It looks correct. And here let's stretch 2. No, so here dump track, stretch 2. Yeah, so very, I was used to have it perfectly. Oh, maybe not. Okay, so apparently sometimes this occurs. Maybe it's the deformation of the... Alright, but the values here are what they are supposed to be. So maybe this is some... Okay, with this set we are also, since we are doing this here, okay, copy transforms 2 divided by 3 and on B-bone, and then dump a track, or stretch 2 actually here. Then yeah, we see that it is not matching, and if it were dumped track also, okay, let's use it stretch 2 for now. At least the head is perfect, right? So here stretch 2. This is really bizarre. And here stretch 2, and it doesn't change. This stretch 2, stretch 2, stretch 2. Okay, so I suspect it's something about the armature that I've... Maybe the more it approximated, the easier this is. So maybe this makes some difference. This is why we don't have perfect stuff. Yeah, we see that there are, if we see from the armature, this is something I'd never realized, those heads and tails are not matching exactly. So this is something that I haven't observed previously. But if we approximate this, maybe it will be to the original position of the segment of the B-bone. Maybe this makes the constraints look better, right? Provided we can perhaps... It is strange why this stretch 2 is not... It's the same value, so it doesn't reset. So this is... Even though I have changed the head's position, so this is pretty... Oh, but okay, I understand why it doesn't change. Is because, of course, there's this copy transforms, right? So we need this anyways. So if I disable all the copy transforms, and now if I reset the bendy bones, yeah, I need to be done manually. They will reset to, yeah, okay. So there is some sort of logic here. All right. And then should I develop this? Did I reset this thing? Okay. Let's enable all these all at once. Okay, now this looks better, and I can totally match. Okay, so by the setup that I've made, it's clear that we get this. This is not ideal, but we can fix that. Yeah, just like it would be like finding the middle point and then just grab these two and like selection to cursor, right? So, but I'm not gonna do that. Maybe this makes more changes that can. I think that it's minimal, right? It doesn't matter. So at least we've got this thing, and now I need to match these bones with exact these bone constraints enabled, not these ones. This will probably create some displacement on pose position, so we need to change this apply selected as rest pose. So now what it does is that if I go on rest position, here are the, and we see that this time I didn't have that error. I mean, so I was doing this mistake, not a mistake, yeah, it can be considered an imperfection, because I wasn't using the stretch 2, I wasn't resetting the stretch 2 in relation to the active or inactive disabled copy transforms. So this is even more complicated than I thought, but it's pretty interesting. The fact is that now these joints are perfectly matching, and so now, because I want the dumped track from this thing, I will create that here. Yeah, dump track. Where is it? Dump track. Dump track. Dump track. So I just have to disable the stretch 2 and put this before. Disable that, put that before. Put that before, disable that. We'll change the names of this stretch 2 anyways. And here again, so dump track, dump track, dump track, and yeah, disable the stretch 2. So for each one, yeah, we collapse, but this must be done individually. Then we go this after. Stretch 2 goes after, I mean, okay. And then I pick this. This doesn't have stretch 2, and this is a problem. Because, well, yeah, let's create the stretch 2 anyway. So stretch 2, but we disable. Stretch 2, but we disable. So maybe the stretch 2 is the best approach because of this regularity that we want. So because I'm not gonna remake this, maybe I make a revision, right? And then maybe we don't need dump attract after all, and maybe stretch 2 is the way to go. So here, yeah, even if I reset here, well, it is disabled. No, okay, it doesn't reset, that's fine. So what I want here is just that they have this alternative to dump attract, but even this thing might be incorrect because it's actually not an alternative. It's like, just as the copy transforms, it's a necessary step perhaps to. So with alt we're gonna rename all this at once, right? Yes, there and there. Okay, now let's look at those things. Yes, the armature is perfectly aligned on rest position for the armature, so we need now to, since we are using the dump attract for now, we okay, we can hide the, can collapse that. I think we need the shrink wrap now. Yeah, we can re-enable this the shrink wrap, the dump attract stuff for all this. I think it's this one. No, this one. Then okay, enable that so you get this whole displacement, and we also need this dump attract and this dump attract. Strangely, I'm able to do this while in here oh, maybe I did a mistake here. This, I'm telling it's not necessary shrink wrapped. Why not? This was not supposed to be doing like that, I think. This is correct. Oh, actually this shrink wrap, yeah, actually this is not unnecessary. This is actually important. So why? Well, no. Hold on, folks, I'm trying to understand. Sorry. Okay, so this is unnecessary. Maybe this one is necessary, therefore. Yeah, okay. So otherwise it will, although it is parented here, oh, I see what's happening here. This is bad, right? So and we forgot to disable the automation, and Alright, so actually this is not unnecessary, this is actually fundamental. My mistake. So let's improve this stuff, folks. And yes, that's good. So sometimes you gotta test and retest the rig and see everything. This is the first time I'm making this this alternative here, so we've been through many curious aspects. So here it looks like, oh, this doesn't have a, yeah, it needs to have this same setup, so just let's get here. Okay, what else? This has a dump track, doesn't it? Yes. And it doesn't have a shrink wrap, so let's also Control C, copy selected, copy the shrink wrap, and the shrink wrap goes before the dump track. Yes, this is correct. Here. And so same here, this got a this has got a shrink wrap and a dumped track. So we get the shrink wrap and put it before. And now I need the wave painting. Remembering that in this setup, yeah, currently not even the the bendy bones, they already have okay, so we disable that because in this setup we are not using the bendy bones splines on spline skinning, nor are we using the shrink wrap modifiers, right? So we are trying to do this mostly from armature setup, right? So now it's wave painting time. We got, I think, all the bone constraints already developed for this part. Oh, we see there's some. Oh no, this is normal. This is normal because this is the effect of the shrink wrap, especially bone constraint. So that's not a problem. The important thing is that on the rest position we are able to match all the joints on exacting subdivision of the segments. Apparently is this, at least for this last one. And then of course when comes on pose position, these bone constraints of the shrink wrap, because in this setup we need to conform the eyelids mesh to the eye surface, then the shrink wrap bone constraints and not shrink wrap modifiers, they will have a special value or special values that we may do differently according to our rig, our model. So these would be the, let's say, the final, they have their final word on these displacements. What looks good, right? For otherwise we can have some, yeah, whatever. Alright, so yeah, wave painting. So let's go on that. I think I'll need to visualize the interpenetrations. So we got an armature here. No, I mean this by seam. You see I have seams for the eyelids mesh vertex group, and there is an eyelids border vertex group. It's the part of the eyelids that is like these walls, right, surrounding the, it's very tiny what will appear. So this is a method that I found that works. And actually there's something I forget, but I'm gonna add, is a deform bone for these vertices actually. And this is required if we're not using, not absolutely required, but it's helpful. This will substitute these shrink wrap bone constraints here that we are not using, just as we are not using here. So otherwise we don't need that deform bone. So it's a eyelids borders deform bone. Just one is enough, I guess. I have tried that already, and that's fine. So yes, we lost the selection. So select by seam. Then we go on wave paint mode, and we need the bones here. Are they deform bones now? They should be, but we need to go on. Yeah, we need to have just this selection. Okay, they have all the deform properties, so that's correct. Then the mesh has this selection, wave paint here, wave paint mask, but we want this bone to be selected, wave paint mask. Okay, and at this point maybe it would be nice to move these apart, maybe to the center. This will facilitate. Let's move this out and move these here. This will help. And also I think I can, no, hold on, hide some bones, right? So these are all in the way, right? So we don't want to be seeing these bones. Maybe I'll maintain these just for controls. No, not even them. Although that would be wise. What is that? Oh, it's this is annotations. We're not using these annotations. But if I want to use annotations, we will have them from, we'll be using this one. Okay, so here yeah, whatever, we lost the hiding, so never mind. I also want this selection and paint mask, and let's go. So my strategy here is start by adding strong waves in that part here. Maybe this is a mistake, that one, we'll blur that out. Here we can get some waves there. Here yeah, we can do this. So this, I'm not sure if it's a mistake. Then this one, it doesn't help a lot here that there are two little subdivisions, right? But we got, I think we can do it. So yeah, since we're doing this, we can already work on that one. Yes. Maybe here we need to make some changes. Yeah, they can have plenty of shared waves, but the important thing is that we don't extrapolate, right? I don't have a mask for the top one. It's just that we don't make some crazy thing. If it is having influence on the on the side it's okay, because there is normalization. What we don't want is to have like something like that, right? Or maybe something irregular such as this. So this we don't want, but provide there is some gradation, this should be good. And provide they are these segments participate in the adjacent areas with lower influence, then that's already good. We'll leave the last part for later. The last part is, for me, is the taking off of excessive waves on the edge, outer edges of the eyelids vertex group. Alright, I think this should do. Let's see how the strength is of this. Yes, that's fine. Then here, so yes, here we can have some larger influence to the middle part, right, to the part on the right. Can even have here, but now this sounds a bit, yeah, maybe I don't want that particularly for this one. And maybe at this point I can bring this little like that. This can help. I'm not having the kind of transform that I would like for this rotation, so I need to investigate what's going on. Or I want something like that, right? So I don't know what's happening. Maybe it's some. We'll check that in a moment. Let me finish this. I think it's the dumped track. Maybe here is too strong and it's affecting the rotation of that one in relation to its parent, the twig bone. So we were here, yes. So this one, yes, can already have influence there. And can also have here, I think, and then this one can have here, but here maybe it's too strong, so we just get this, and yeah, it can have here, but let's blur this thing way more. And maybe that's it a little too much, so let's try to take off. I'm not sure about here what's happening, but provide the shapes are good. Okay, now the last step, although ideally we would like to have some more tests, but so maybe there are more retakes to make, but this is the last this is required anyways. So we're gonna do this for each of them. Wait, yeah, okay, and here take off waves here. Maybe we can take off some waves there. This area is a bit, yeah, maybe that can work too. Then here, maybe here is a bit too much, so we can, yeah, that part we need to take off that. Here alright, and then here maybe I just blur. Yeah, okay. Why not here? Let's try. Oh, all right, folks. So I think this should be working now. Let's see. And not on wave pane mode. Let's see on object mode and pose mode without the. Okay, so the top eyelid, we see. We must be careful also to test here because. Okay, so you see that as we try to roll this bone here, we not necessarily have the thing that we want. This might mean that we might require manual rolling of this, which is annoying, but at least we have this freedom. Right here is much simpler. Hold on. Yeah, definitely the tweak bones are not so simple to manipulate. Like, actually, but fortunately this is not like one of the. This one is working easier, so this is allows for a lot of possibilities here. This one is not one that needs. Okay, so let's assess the bottom eye. These, we see there are some interpenetrations there, and that can occur. So this might be because but if we push, yeah, when we push this too much here, we start to get interpenetrations, huge ones. Otherwise it looks fine. This rotation is not very satisfying, but it does its job. This one is very powerful on that orientation. This one is the one of the problematic ones. So I believe this is happening because probably this damper track is too strong. Let's see for this one. This is very strong too, but here, yeah, we have some. So maybe if we reduce this, yeah, we have a bit more power here. It's easier, so maybe here indeed. So instead of the automation, maybe I prefer to have ameliorated input here, right? It gives. If I reduce even more, this augments the. So this we have to play with that and see what is. This damper track might be low. Yeah, it's relatively low. And this damper track is a lot. So here, yeah. Yeah. So we took off some stuff. We got some. And if we check the bone length here, I believe they are all the same for this tree and those trees. So let's just check if this is theoretically accurate. No, we have some variation there, but they are essentially the same. And same here. While the bone lengths on here, on that previous setup, yeah, here they are very different. So this is the bone length is perhaps not the ideal reference for the ideal setup, but we'll have to find out. So let me change these colors here, so they will be the deform stuff, and for their bone display, bone display size will be that value here. So just wait, I need alt first. That, yeah, that's it. There we go. What else? Okay, wave paint. Yeah, the interpenetrations, right? So can we improve these by, in this case, yeah, this is not good, but we can hold. Yeah, you see, so if this one particularly have some chance, yeah, it will make the thicker, right? So this is not, yeah, let me reset this instead. Let's get this one. No, okay, so it's really, this one is a good thing to explore here, but it really creates some, I don't like what it is doing. So these values aren't actually a lot in my opinion. So maybe this can be adjusted by, yeah, we remember that augmented subdivisions, well, no, in this case not, but what about real subdivisions? Didn't change much. It's difficult to compare. Let's try to mark this shape here. Let's try this. No. In this case, sometimes it works, but in this case this is not working. So let's, is the bendy bone, yeah, just double checking here. Yes, non-deformed bone. You see, the bendy bone on spline skinning is much easier to solve this, even without the, yeah, so it's probably a wave painting issue that we can improve. So okay, we don't want the bendy bone Alright, so let's improve the wave painting therefore. Reset pose. This we can, yeah, I don't, how do I erase this? Annotate eraser, there we go. Okay, so wave painting, gonna try to see if we, okay, so this is the rest pose. This seems to be irregular. This maybe could be, yeah, so here let's bring this to the, a bit to the side. Here we could have more waves here actually, but let's blur a little. here let's get some waves there also, and let's try to blur there. Here, yeah, so for this one maybe we can expand here a little more, and let's blur here. Maybe this is one thing causing the problem, but we'd see better if we see that there are some bit random strong waves here. Maybe we can improve that. So let's see if we can reach for the position where there's penetrations going crazy. So here, if we augment the waves there, we see that at least for that pose we get some improvements. Let's do this. Here, same thing. Oh yeah, okay, that helps. And yeah, so you see sometimes blended waves further can actually be positive, but maybe I'm creating problems elsewhere, so we're gonna check this. Probably if we had here more subdivisions on the real mesh, this would make it better to wave paint, because here we are sort of limited, but you see we got kind of solved. Yeah, so okay, for me I think this is working fine. There are some issues that remember, here we don't have a particular character design, so there is a technique that I have never tried, but it does make sense. But it's kind of, just to think about it, it's sort of tiresome, but it's feasible. Imagine if you have a second round of bendy bone splines or converted bendy bones, whatever, surrounding the eye. My idea for this rig, that would create a lot of precision if we really want to have a eye hole shape, control of the eye shape, right? Because this is more for the eyelid. We don't have the eyes contour rig yet, and my intention is to have it because this has some important interaction with eyelids rig, but maybe that would be for a secondary project, right? So yeah, because folks, there are many ways to solve this kind of thing. So my plan here was for eyelids, and we are getting eyelids, right? Not eyelash, not orbicularis oculi region, right? So so one alternative that I see that might be interesting, instead of having bones controlling, usually circular bones controlling all this area, we could also have a circular bone sequence, bendy bone spline sequence, exactly surrounding the eye hole. Then we could have very precise control on these shapes, and then also an advantage of that would be that we would have more control over this kind of, the mesh here would be also manipulated by, you see, that extra sequence. So we'll probably, and because this will be shrink wrapping the bones, we won't be having this, because this is why the object modifiers are so good in Blender for this kind of rig, right? So here I could avoid this if I need more things affecting here, and this is why there might be other alternatives. So just the orbicular oculi rig here, that would be on spline skinning, I think it's a good idea, or converted bendy bones, whatever, would also compensate for this lack of, yeah, here. So it might able also to fix that, even if it's not exactly on the corner, on the edges of the eye holes, right? So eye holes, I mean that thing, right? And that would be eye contour, and eyelids border the part that little walls there go inside, and yeah, orbicularis oculi, the muscles, fibers, strands are circulating the eyes. Okay, the eye holes. All right, so what I need to do now, yeah, because is to refix this thing. So I'm gonna split the project, not split now, I mean gonna make the scenes too, right? So I'm starting to work on this new file so I can back up. We're gonna revise these things, not these things, the bottom one is correct. So let's revise the simplest one, which is this one. So you start by getting all this thing on the bottom part hidden. You don't want to have it on the way. So with my new knowledge, I want to, my new understanding about this stuff, we'll symmetrize later, I want to fix this thing. And instead of, yeah, I can fix as I showed you directly here, but I want to be more precise. So what I need to do, I could hide everything because this is independent from the bottom. So I take all these bones, gone. Oh, alright. Select here. Let's do this too. So here, I need on pose mode to disable all the shrink wrap. Wait, is it? I saw. Oh, this shrink wrap. Okay, was disabled for some reason. All right, so disable all the shrink wraps. We want also to, let's collapse everything. Because it's easier. And yeah, it could help here that I augment this part. And yeah, now this is critically on the way. Okay, these are already collapsed. That's fine, that's good. All right, so the idea of this whole collapsing stuff is that now I can looks like there are still, oh, there's still one shrink wrap going on. There we go. Might still be more. The bendy bone doesn't have influence on that. Yeah, it looks like there's, no. All right, so maybe this is just, yeah, this is just the effect of the bendy bone stuff. So first we take off the copy transforms. we also take off the dumped tracks. We start with the stretch 2. And then we need to perhaps yeah, certainly this is not being good. It's not a yeah, only stretch 2 going on. Oh no, these ones need to be, yeah, okay. Alright, so I forgot that. This one, okay. So let's disable this again. Reset position. Okay, so now we see that from rest position and pose position it's matching, but it's matching wrong. It's matching wrongly. So what we're gonna do is reset this. Okay, not this happens because it's disabled. So what we do here is use the copy transforms. Okay. Okay, so this seems to be, this should be matching. Here, as we go on copy transforms, nothing changed here, right? All right. So apparently nothing changed, but this is okay. Hold on, let's try something here because they are sequenced, right? So this is the problem. Okay, copy transforms. The head is perfectly positioned according to the bendy bone. This, if the calculations are correct, and they should be, right? This is no mystery. From this, so there is, I could already try to refix this, but let's try to do all at once. So from this we get a stretch 2 bone constraint, which has this value. Okay, so it should go on the head of the following bone, the target bone. Same here, but yeah, it seems to be, it's not extrapolating, and same here. So it doesn't seem to be matching. Copy transforms, reset, nothing happens. So let's try to reset here. Apply selected. And no, it didn't fix, so let's try otherwise. Maybe there's this caused some sort of bug, so I'm going to remake these copy transforms. So 2 divided by 3 on follow B bone. Follow B bone, 1 divided by 3. And here copy transforms 0 follow b bone, no, not a keyframe. There. So what I could do here is we cannot directly compare unless, yeah, we can. So this is the position yeah, it's not easiest. This and complicating with the zoom. Okay, this is lost as a reference. Where is the erase? Alright, so my idea here is that I need these 3 bone selections. So let's get a view where I can, yeah, so let me draw this carefully, this one here, then I could just see the world space changes for the bone, but that will also require perhaps a screenshot. This is, or memorizing, this is, I think it's it. So it, apply, select address pose. So okay, so the head was applied. The problem is the tail, right? So okay, we don't need this anymore. So we're doing partially. So we can match this. We can match here, and we can match here. Okay, this is a different way of doing that I haven't thought. So we can actually just, because the head is the starting condition to head of the bones, the fake. So I've already changed manually because I already have the correct joint positioning, right, on rest. So I don't need to apply just for the heads, right? So apply with this, the copy transform. So the copy transforms, they go after the shrink wrap, but before dumped track. So here, because I'm using the stretch tool, so they will do their job there. And yeah, don't need to reset this. Then here stretch 2, and this is where the dumped track actually comes in hand. So I think this is because then the stretch 2 is like, is really not absolutely required, right? So apparently there are different ways, and I think this way is the clearest one, right? So just checking. So this stretch 2, they don't need reset. Yeah, that's it. And the dumped tracks, they are just disabled. But if it were the case, we can just do that and they'll do similar. The difference is that as I pose this, well, with dumped track they are okay. Hold on, I have a phone call. 1 minute or 5 minutes. Sorry folks, hold on. Sorry folks, yeah, I'm back here, and so shift space bar 7. Alright, I was used another command for that, so that's why I don't know. So okay, so that seems correct to make this manipulation, this construction. So I gotta make sure that also works for this one. And so as we go on pose mode, you see that these things are matching, and that's it. So now I'm going to, this part is fixed. I'm going to, yeah, not yet re-enable the bone constraints. We're going to make some simplifications here, right? So you have here how many bones in this? 6. Yeah, we just turned this to 3. So which ones we'll delete? Yeah, those 2, and one of these could be, yeah, the one with best wave painting maybe, but I think they are mostly the same, but we're gonna check. Yeah. We don't need the mask. Yeah, maybe this wave painting is better, so this is going to be deleted. So deletion on for the armature. So here, here, and here. We just go like that, and so here we also gonna reduce these segments down to 3. Here is already 3. So here we need to, what is, I added the bone accidentally. Alright, so here what we need is to, yeah, we're gonna change the bone constraints here. Remember, they are all disabled for the shrink wrap, whatever affects. So here we copy transforms, but now our calculation is different. It's 2 divided by 3, not 3 divided by 3, because this will go there on the head of the end of the bendy bone, which is the target of this bone constraint. So it's 2 divided by 3, because we have 3 no. Oh yeah, it's exactly here. But then the rest is for the snapping that we'll do manually, because it's the problem of the stretch too is that it has this original length, which is very, very painful, I think, and to handle. So it's confusing, it's obscure, it's and it's necessary to have it well functioning. So this is why I prefer to fix this in the end. So this is solved. Then this apparently has the, because 3 is a multiple of 6, then occasionally it happens that 1 divided by 3, that this is the same. So this isn't changed, but we need to enable it. And here, as we enable, also this is rests unchanged. Will be that. So now we need to recalculate based on solely this enable bone constraint. Actually, the only bone constraint besides the copy transforms that is enabled is the stretch 2 of the original bendy bone. So that's the only thing enabled here, and then that is visible, right? Because all the rest is not affecting this, is not displacing this bone. So it's just this, so that's good. The mesh is another story, yeah, but it's the armature relation between the pose position and the rest position which matters here. So we can already select these 3 bones, fake segments, and we are going to apply selected as rest position. Yeah, technically just be this one, but since we're doing that, let's just start remaking this, start retaking this. Let's do it in a more didactical way. And so now this is properly snapped. I'm using this snap to vertex without include non-edited, otherwise it will be snapping to the mesh vertices, which is bad. And of course, since this is disabled, I'm using Control to snap it directly. So holding Control key. So here, that's okay. Now I need to, dump and drag, or I'm using stretch 2, and this stretch 2 probably, let's try something here, just curious. Stretch 2, well, it's the same value, so so the order is copy transforms, shrink wrap, and then the ones affecting the tail of the bones, so it's a stretch 2 and dump and drag. So technically we don't need the stretch 2 in order to, oh, I get it, I know why, now I understand why they are doing that. Is because even without the, target needs to change. I understand why the dump and drag, this doesn't require a bendy stretch 2. It's because as the bone is stretched, this thing holds the position there as the bendy bone stretches, and so but there is something. The further we move, we see there is a distancing, so it is different. The dump and drag will just be an alignment, so it will look like as it is, while the stretch 2, which also needs okay, so I'm using stretch 2, alright, stretch 2. Now we continue to visualize this thing. So hold on, no, this is the segment. The segment stretch, the segment there is spacing. What I don't want to have is spacing between these two. So let's see if there's a difference. Yeah, so stretch 2 is more reliable. Not that this makes any huge difference, but let's, yeah. So if we change the order, one will override the other, I guess. No. Yeah, so I'm not sure. I think stretch 2 will become my new norm, but it's really for this at least. So this needs a stretch 2. Let's delete that. Maybe this target is wrong as well, so I'm gonna really, it's up to the rigger. I really don't think there is any problem, any brutal problem coming from these variations. but the dumped track is the original one used on with the armature bone constraint from CG Dive tutorial on converting bendy bones to regular bones. So here it's matching perfectly. So we fixed our thing and we've finally found a new way to solve. So the solution is to only we use this apply selected respose with the copy transforms bone constraints only, and then we adjust the tail of these bones manually and snap to the head of the next bone they follow, and then we can use either stretch to and up. Remember just that we cannot make these adjustments correctly, snap the apply select, if bone constraints are enabling and affecting the pose position. So this is critical. But so now that we've got this, we can re-enable some bone constraint, like for example this 2 dumped track, like also all of the shrink wrap bone constraints. And now of course don't reset this. I think this will be a mistake. So maybe dumped track will be simpler, right? Because you don't have to handle that. But there's a slight difference, right? They look more like the segment, the original segment. So, and now if we hide everything, we see that I think everything here is working. Let's use the symmetrization, despite there might be some. Oh, there's, yeah, so the last thing that, yeah, I'm gonna symmetrize later. Let's create the eyelids border deformed bone. So that will be a deformed bone that would be created. It will go like, okay, add here. Its orientation, really, I don't think it matters, but let's go, let it go. Do I have any bone with? No, so let's do this. Let's see, bone roll. No, I want 0. So okay, pointing forwards. This bone, this can be very small. We'll give it a, because it's an important bone. Yeah, let's try to get it more centralized to the eye, but that doesn't matter. Also, it doesn't seem to be aligned with no, it's aligned with wall space. That no, not aligned with wall space. So let's try to, okay, let's create a bone here and rotate here. Hold on, it is aligned, sorry, just not on pose mode because it is suffering some. Is it parented? It's a deformed bone. Yeah, it should be a deformed bone. Relations, not parent to nothing. Why? This makes no sense to me, so. Oh, I just moved it on pose mode, that's it. Hold on. Let's reset here. Alright, so let's parent this to the head bone, maybe. And it will be bone constraint to. Okay, this is an opportunity to make some proportional posing thing. So what we're gonna call it is def eyelids border borders, eyelids borders left, and we already give it a color here. Could be this one, no, the selection, and we are going to, for wave painting, we can totally bring, yeah, we pick this, and for this particular thing we just need to use the, hold on, I'm having selection problems, difficulties here. Okay, armature, oh, armature, and then this. So okay, but these are just vertices. Paint mask doesn't work. It needs to be vertex selection, and we need this bone selected. And so let's do just a Shift K. It's set wave to 1, and that should, optionally we could wave paint something else, but I don't think this is required. So what this bone will do, now it can itself shrink wrap. Yeah, instead of any proportional posing, I was thinking of letting it move with this and this, which is not actually a terrible idea, but basically we got to get it to a shrink wrap bone constraint to this to the eye surface left inside, and the value here, this distance would be could be similar to what we had for the shrink wrap eyelids border, something 0.5. Because this is wave painting, this might be different, right? So this is the let's leave it at 1.5, right? So, or just here, so there's no match changes, and I know that it's just gradually. Let's see if that creates any special thing. No, like it's not. So you can tweak that by, if we turn this off as a deformed bone. It's just a safety, right? It's really, I don't think it's really necessary, but it's a safety mode. And another thing that might be relevant, though, this is optional, but we could do, is indeed we can create some proportional posing. So it is the tweak bones as this. So we could have like a copy transforms. No, hold on. This and this, then copy transforms. It will be like, yeah, shrink wrap first in this case. Workspace and workspace. Actually target local space with owner orientation and local space. So what this does is that, you see, there is this. So there is some slight follow-up, and we follow up, right? And we can also do the same here, but for this tweak bone, we could even, and this stacks, so that's fine. We could also get for this, but that it's not be a ton of bone constraints, right? It's more like if we really want, it's really, I don't, because it already moves left and right, even double, right? If we want, so it's not really necessary to get that, but yeah, like 1, 2, 3, 4. We could, we totally could. Wait, did I did that correctly? The funny thing is that this is not even like highly demanding on the system, right, on the rig, so yeah. And it really, let's see how this, if there's any big change on the mesh. No, there is nothing like. Yeah, I think this is enough, right, folks? So we could do this top. Now eyelid bot, eyelid top. Is this correct? Yes. So just double checking here. The bendy bones are not deformed bones. These bones, the fake segments, are deformed bones. And all of the shrink wrap bone constraints, shrink wrap modifiers, sorry, are turned off. Now for the symmetrization, yeah, we need to symmetrize that. Yeah, let's symmetrize. We made all the bottom ones, but we actually have made plenty of changes there, right? So maybe we should do that. Symmetrize. Yeah, I think we'll have to fix plenty of yeah, because it's difficult to track down everything. So what I'm gonna do here is that for whatever shrink wrap bone constraint there is here, we change the target to right. Something didn't. Yeah, something is always resistant for some reason. I don't believe that. What went wrong? Okay, so for each shrink wrap we go for this. Yes. Why this happens? Why this bone only? No reason why. So anyways, let's see. Wave painting probably is wrong. Yes, so this is wave painting problem. So let's just get here. So without mask, just get blur, because blur is safer if there's any mistake. Okay, these are were correctly symmetrized. This is the bendy bone. This is seems to be fine. Okay, the rest are okay. The head has no wave paint. Double checking, folks, because it's not very simple to. Okay, let's see the bendy bone. There, and there. Okay, so and this one. So it apparently it's all fixed. Let's see if there's anything wrongly symmetrized, and then that's it for this video, this session. Okay, it seems to be working perfectly, folks. So good. I'm going to, on the next session, what I'm going to do, some distortion here. No, this is the base mesh that is like that. So on the next session, what I'm going to do is create another setup that I know that works for. Yeah, theoretically I know that it works. Well, I've made some experiments, and that is the legion of mini deformed bones with proportional posing. The proportional posing, just as we've done here, is tricky. It's not something like you get like. Yeah, I took a lot of time to understand how it can be done. It's kind of tricky, but after we find it, it's this method is actually safe, and so far I think is the best way. Armature bone constraint is good, but it's a bit more non-intuitive, I believe, and it has some issues because of parenting. Yeah, and copy transforms bone constraints on this particular setup is much. I think it's much simpler and also versatile, I'd say. Yeah, and so let me just think here, is there's anything else that I could do for this rig? Yeah, okay, I remember. So in the next session there is this other method, and I will make the split of the possibilities, dividing the scenes, right? And then yeah, I'll still maintain one that has everything, but I'll also make additional scenes with just with what its own method, so it becomes clear for everyone, I think, and versatile as a final file. So I think we have for this project one more class, perhaps one, two more. That's it folks. Thanks for watching. Hope that was useful, and happy blending. See you next time. See you soon. Happy blending.